What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer coming at you again with another Sacred Beast Draitron video, and I've added a little bit of extra spicy tech to it. I adding something that I think didn't have a home before, but it may have finally found it in theory. We'll work through this together. You guys will see when the time comes what exactly I'm talking about. Starting off against a matchup that's everybody's favorite, which is Mystic Mind Burn. It's pretty unlucky for him to draw his one of card demise and also have Pot of Extravagance in his hand, but if you're going to ask me if I feel bad for a Mystic Mind Burn player, the answer to that is no. So this duel I wanted to show you guys just how important the field spell can be, because he tries to negate it. I just get a +1 anyways, and I'm able to like pop his board off, but the field spell is a lot better than I think people get it credit for. And everyone's like, what is up with the level manipulation? I think that comes from the fact that, you know, people use synchro summoning a lot. Like, that is one of the more popular mechanics in the game, and that definitely messes it up very badly. So having a Sacred Beast in your opening is pretty good. I mean, you can just really go off here. So I just think they work really well together, like unironically. So yeah, Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep's just online. I can't get Cross Sheep online when I go into regular Draitron. I didn't use it. Do I just not have a... Okay, I could have done it, but I don't know. I mean, Appaloosa is fine too. I don't think anyone's complaining about that. Unfortunately, it does have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, protected under Fallen Paradise. Honestly, it's probably a good thing that it's just not in the graveyard, because then he would have banished it, and my ritual summoning would have literally been offline. Yeah, he tried to go into Relinquish too, but can't be targeted. Goes into Red Eyes Fusion, like, oh yeah, get rid of it now. Nah, son. And he just can't get over it. Here's Appliancers. And yeah, so what I really did was I added a little bit of spicy tech, but mostly I cut down a bunch of ratios and added hand traps, just to help the power of the deck a little bit more. And again, I understand this is why I would say this is why the ceiling right now for Draitron overall just isn't as high as it could be, because this is kind of a realistic opening turn one. I mean, I'm sure someone will figure this out. I mean, the fact that it special summons with it doesn't restrict the extra deck, I'm sure someone will be able to manipulate it and go crazy, but... So we both destroy each other. I don't know. I think he was thinking he had the co-linked effect, but he doesn't. I'm interested in Appliancers. I think there's something there, but I just don't know what that thing is. Curious to see what you guys feel about that. It's literally just a Pot of Avarice, so... And just look how much I have on my board now. And I can draw 2 more. I'm just cleaning it up just in case it's like a Mirror Force or something, but it doesn't matter even ways. He quit out. Here's Aroma, and I think this was a really good duel. I think this is where I can finally show you guys my super spicy tech here. Dude, God bless anybody who plays Aroma IRL, because I mean, can you imagine like actually trying to play this? Like keeping track with your opponent, like your game 1 would just be like 30 years, especially because they kind of spam the field too. Here it is, guys. I'm pretty sure I use it a lot in this duel. This is my super ultra mega spicy tech. I've added a small relinquished engine to the deck. He banishes this thinking that he kind of did something, but he didn't. Yeah, Verde Anaconda, boom, right here. So when your fusion plays are turned offline, you still got something else to do, which I think is really cool. And now you just have Millenniumized District, one of the best, one of the better fusion monsters, I should say, in the game. And this is really important, not only negating the effect, which I guess is cool. Every single copy from now on is negated. And I think this is finally getting a reprint. So, like, I'm just, like, this is just one play. Like, I'm good to go now. Like, I can do whatever I want. And you guys all know about the cycle here. I think I go for Trishula. Yeah, just because I know he has something in his hand, might as well just get rid of that bad boy. And this guy's turned off anyways. So, boom. I mean, I'm really liking the... I don't have pre-prep. Like, I don't even run the actual ritual spell card that is for Relinquish because the conditions for summoning him are so easy within this deck with attack points. So, not the best opening, but again, I do have that... Oh, I just remembered the name of that hand trap. I think it's Spooky something. Spooky Dog. So, yeah, I mean, the extra deck is just so... Like, there's nothing that you need in the extra deck. So, it's just like a Swiss Army knife. This just changed a little bit. It's not 1-for-1. This is not my final build of the extra deck. But, I mean, you guys can see... Anything really that I need, I can do. So I just think that's really cool. Here's an interesting version of Cyberdragon. I just want to show you this, and I don't want that core to go through, obviously. So I'm just like trying to figure this out. So since I didn't draw any of my Draitron stuff, I can just go full combo for Sacred Beast that I would normally do, especially when you have something like Sacred Beast Awakening. And I'm assuming for next turn I'll be setting myself up for Draitron stuff, and I do. So he prematurely hits that Mystical Space Typhoon, which is crazy, but this is just strange. So I'm drawing like crazy now. So I'm trying to does he must have a Mirror Force or something like that? No, it's a Scrap Iron Scarecrow, of course. I don't know why he set that, actually. I think it's interesting. But yeah, this is the spicy Cyber Dragon tech, I guess. The DNA surgery, which helps you take your opponent's entire board. But at this point, I've amassed so much card advantage. It's like impossible for me not to do something with it. So I just have so many options. I could just pick apart his board in whatever way I want. Just keep going with it. And then I can go to Access Code Talker. A little bit of a risky play. Definitely, I understand leaving it in the extra monster zone, but I don't know. I feel okay. And he tries to grab a Cyber Dragon, so I'm like, okay, let me just stop that. Knowing that he's doing that, I feel like he's a little desperate. And just pop the back row, whatever it was, but it didn't matter in the end. And I just gotta grab one more monster and swing for game. Alright, here we go. Here's Cyber Darks, and Kevin and I are actually going to be doing a video on Cyber Darks because they're obviously getting a structure deck along with Ice Barriers. So be tuned for that, guys. I'm intrigued as to what this will be. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, you know, some decks just have a hard time playing around stuff. But like I said, the extra deck is so just Swiss Army knife. All I'm thinking is, let me get Trisbane on the field. And let me just take care of business here. And before I do put Trisbane on the field, why not just draw 2 more cards while I'm at it? And I did add an extra Foolish Burial. Boom. It's a pretty good card, actually. I'm glad it's not like pay 4,000 life points. It's half. It's like, yeah, as we all know, life points don't matter anyways. But I was stupid of me. I should have done that. It was an accident. But so yeah, and then you can go to Millenniumize just as an extra piece of protection. He has nothing in his to use, so at that point he just has to scoop. And I know Cyber Darks aren't very good, but I just wanted to see you guys. I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like. I think this is probably the best tool I'm going to show you guys for today in terms of the ability for this deck to go second and kind of pick apart boards a little bit. So he's just kind of showing off some monsters here, and I had a pretty good top deck, although I honestly wasn't even the best because I could have searched it anyways, but I guess I have a little more to work with here. So I'm still turned on for Draitron stuff. Fortunately, this is turned off because I set a Sacred Beast, the only card in the deck that I set, but... So here we go. Let's take one of his monsters. Let's take a second one of his monsters. And this will obviously net me the third one. So I don't exactly understand what he does turn 2 here. I feel like he has more that he can do, but I'm just going to start gaining life points, obviously. And this is a terrible card for, what's it called? Galaxy Eyes to Stare Down. He panics and does that. I don't know why. So the thing is, I guess if he negates the effects with Techion, then he still wouldn't be able to attack over. I don't know. That was strange, but anyways, I did pick apart his board pretty well. Here is Madolche's, which I guess is probably the greatest competitive side I can show you guys of this. It's really unfortunate that I discarded the wrong thing, honestly, and I wasn't thinking about it. So, starting off with a great misplay for you guys. Sick. So he starts... Okay, so here we go. This is where the tech comes in, because now that he's a few ranks lower, he won't be able to go into stuff like Tiramisu and all that nonsense if he had it. Like, his combo is essentially stopped. So I top deck Cyber Emergency. This deck just has so many search cards, which I think a lot of the power comes in. Go ahead and draw one, because why not? And then he ends up quitting out. So after I would have trished him, I think I would have been in a pretty good place, especially being able to do it every single turn. Here's Malefic's. One of my favorites, as you guys know. I think it works really well with trap tricks. And I did not even think about using Final Sigma, so that is maybe I'll revisit my trap tricks build at some point and definitely have that in the extra deck. So I just have plenty to work with, especially knowing that he doesn't have any disruption at this point, because I can draw 2 more here. I can already get over him anyways, so normally this is a problem for most people, but it's not for me. And Ritual Summoning here is good because I can dump my Dark Summoning Beast. And he ends up surrendering. But so I could have dumped these 2 and just kept going. So I was in a good place there because I would have banished this, and you know, what was he gonna do at that point? I think this is one more like Mystic Mine for you guys. Let's take a look. So he does have 2 forms of interaction here. So he's trying to like give himself defense because he doesn't have Mystic Mine. So I just take the first Solemn Judgment to the face. It's very surprising that he's holding on to this Dark Bribe as long as he is. He's just sitting on it. It's crazy. So, yeah, at that point he just saw it. But so the going second version of this, first of all, it's surprising for most people. They don't know what to negate at that point because most of the time you can kind of combo off both sides. But the main purpose of this, because I wanted to show you guys the Relinquish stuff, I think it's really quite good. I'm impressed, and I'm happy because I really like Relinquish. I think I've mentioned this before, but I hope they get a chance to be on the structure deck voting. A full structure deck of that would be so fun. You know, I don't even care if it's competitive or not, as long as they just make good cards for it. Kind of like Sacred Beast, honestly. They made good cards. I think they're actually underrated. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.